Adeline, what do you think? Looks pretty cool. Is this better than Disneyland? No? Okay, so here's our top attractions to see in Yosemite. First stop is Tunnel View. This tunnel was completed in 1933, and it took nearly almost 2 years to complete. The tunnel leads park visitors to the south entrance to this unforgettable view of Yosemite Valley. What's interesting about this tunnel is that it's nearly a mile long, and it's the longest highway tunnel in the state of California, which is kind of cool. I didn't know that.
How cool is that? We need to take a family photo here. The last time we got a photo was with Daddy and I and my family, Grandma and Granddad.
Tunnel View Scenic Overlook looks over the Yosemite Valley. Probably one of the most recognized landmarks in Yosemite. This 4,700 feet tall granite rock makes the eastern end of the valley, which you can also climb up, but it's really hard to get a permit. Also from Tunnel View, you see the 620-foot waterfall named Bridal Veils Falls. What's amazing about this waterfall is that it flows all year long. Also, you see El Capitan there on the left. I'll talk more about it in a little bit. But one thing to know about this area is that parking is a little bit tight. So just have a lot of patience, but a lot of people come in and out. El Capitan. This massive rock is 3,000 feet that stay above the Yosemite Valley. What's neat about this rock is that during the spring and fall, you can watch climbers climb up there, and at night, it's kind of cool to see their headlamps as they get ready to go to bed. There's also there some hikes you could do around. Driving through the valley, there's you have a choice. You can stop and explore the valley, or you could go further down to the visiting center, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But in the summertime, especially if it's crowded, if you see a parking spot, just stop and park there for the whole day. Don't drive to the visiting center thinking that you can find parking. Parking in the summertime could be very difficult. And as you drive in, you get your first glimpse of Yosemite Falls. I'll talk about that in a little bit later. But when you get in, you go to Yosemite Village, and there's a store there. But more importantly, you will find the visiting center and theater, which I'll talk a little bit. But the visiting center is really good because there you can get some information about hikes that you can do. If you're only there for a short period of time, the volunteers there will give you a pretty good idea of what you can hike and what you can see if you have limited time.
You've got your feet in the river?
Oh yeah! When I got that Aui and I was going on a bike, I went into the river, and that's when me and Susie went into the river, and it's so cold.
We are camping, we just went in there. Yeah.
Yeah, Adeline took a big fall on her bike, and she was actually really brave. We were really proud of her because she got really bruised up. But anyways, yeah, definitely stop at the visiting center and get some good information about Yosemite and, like I said, what's there to see and do and hike. And also what they do is they'll introduce the kids to the Junior Ranger program. They give you this little book, a coloring book, and this information that you kids can learn, and you do it with your parents. And if you complete it, you get this little badge and you become a Junior Ranger. And Adeline completed that, and even Matthew enjoyed doing that, so it was fun. Right next to the visiting center is the Yosemite Theater, where you get this 25-minute video, really good documentary about Yosemite. Highly recommended to watch the documentary in the theater. That's not it. That was just a little commercial before the video started. Right in Yosemite Village, you'll find this Yosemite Museum, which is a must-stop place to check out. Highly recommend it.
The 9-foot section of a giant sequoia was cut 30 feet from the base of a tree that fell in the Mariposa Grove in 1919. So that's over 100 years ago. Annual rings show the tree to be 996 years old. But at the base of the tree, where the diameter was 14 feet, the age was found to be 1,100 years old. One of the largest trees in the Mariposa Grove, the grizzly giant, has been estimated to be 1,790 years old. Wow! See, Matthew and Ellen? See all those lines? They're rings, so each year, hey, it gets one more ring.
There's an interesting story about this museum. Back in 1922, a collection of American Indian basket valued between $10,000 to $15,000 were given to Yosemite National Park, which in today's money it's valued about $275,000, and that's one of the baskets there. That's how much they're worth. So back in 1922, they said, hey, we probably should build a museum to house these artifacts. So the museum was finished in 1925, and it has this rustic look, as you can see here. And what's interesting about this particular museum is that it's fireproofed. So if there's a fire, all this artifacts that you see here would be protected if there was a fire. You can easily spend about half an hour looking at all the cool things here in this museum. Just outside, you will find an exhibit about rock climbing here in Yosemite.
Look what they do, Adlin. They sleep.
They sleep
Hanging
like that.
on the side of the rock cliffs. Is that scary or what?
Why would they see?
Because they can't climb all the way in one day.
So if you're into rock climbing, you might find this little exhibit or gallery pretty interesting. They also have a little bit thing about John Muir. He's the founder, so to speak, of Yosemite, and they have this really big picture of El Capitan, and you can't see it here in the video, but it has all the routes that he could climb up. The next thing you could do is ride your bike in Yosemite Valley.
Look at you on Daddy's big bike.
All right. Yosemite Valley has 11 miles of dedicated roadway only for bikes. So it's a great way to see the valley and see all the attractions. And if you don't have a bike, you could also rent them. One place you could rent them is at Curry Village. I'll put in the description to this video, I'll put some information about bike renting. It's about $40 a day, I think, for the whole day. But one thing to keep in mind when you rent these bikes, you might want to bring your own helmet and your own lock. Because yes, we actually saw somebody got their bike stolen here in Yosemite. So now if you're traveling from out of town and you don't have your own lock, just be mindful where you're going to park your bike because you don't want to get it stolen.
Welcome to Yosemite Falls.
There's 3 waterfalls. What do you think, Matthew? He doesn't care. Yeah, it's upper falls, lower falls, and middle falls.
Middle Cascade.
Oh, middle cascade.
Matthew, how do you like it up there? So Yosemite Falls is one of the most iconic natural landmarks in Yosemite Park. And some interesting facts. It's the tallest waterfall in North America. Yosemite Falls is the 6th tallest in the world. And it actually consists, as like I mentioned, 3 different separate cascades. There's the upper falls, which is 1,430 feet. There's middle cascade, which you can't see it from this angle. That's 673 feet. And the lower falls, which a lot of people walk to, is 320 feet. Now, the other thing that's neat about this waterfall is that it's a year-round flows of water because of the high volume of water. So you could see it year-round. And like I mentioned, it's very popular, so it gets a little crowded. You can actually hike all the way top to the waterfalls. It's a 7.2 miles hike. It's a little bit of a half a mile walk to the falls, and they have these plaques all along actually in Yosemite that you can read some interesting facts about Yosemite, and it's actually a really pleasant thing to do. The kids really enjoyed doing the walk, and they don't like to use the path. They just wanted to walk on the rocks. Matthew had a blast. And then Adeline, she decided that she was going to try to climb on this log. It's this little hike. It's perfect to do for a day hike. You could park your car here at the visiting center, and it's maybe a 20-minute hike from there. So if you're in Yosemite only for a day, I would highly recommend that you try this little hike to the big waterfall, Big Yosemite Falls. Other thing to know about Yosemite Falls is that it's an easy access, like I mentioned. You could go there by just parking your car. There are several viewpoints along the trails, a different perspective of the waterfall, and it makes it a must-see attraction when visiting here. It's nice to have these nice walking paths. They're great to walk. You don't have to walk in all these rocks. Yeah, right, Matthew? It's a nice, gentle walk. This hotel in the valley of Yosemite is also one of those must-see attractions when visiting Yosemite. It's right in the heartland of the valley where you can have some spectacular views of Half Dome. It's an expensive hotel. It costs about $700 a night, and it was built in 1927. The hotel architect is a blender of styles which include Art Deco with some Native American and has this rusty element to it. One best kept secret about this hotel is that there's free Wi-Fi, and actually it's pretty good. So if you are in Yosemite and you're looking for Wi-Fi, it's a nice hotel to come and relax and maybe have something to drink. It's open year round, so they have some nice hot drinks too in the wintertime. Those chandeliers, the lights, you'll see those again, and I'll talk about them. A lot of movies have been filmed here, and a lot of people think that a famous movie called The Shining was filmed in this hotel. And matter of fact, if you walk into the hotel and ask about it, they say they have a already pre-written answer that they give you a little sheet, and they explain to you that no, they never filmed it in this hotel. They just came in and took notes, and they copied pretty much the design of the hotel. The movie was actually filmed in a film studio in London. A real good movie if you like scary movies.
Finally got it passed. Yeah. Take your helmet off, Matthew.
All right, off for another hike in Yosemite. We're just gonna hike. How far are we gonna hike? About a mile? 2?
I don't actually remember. It's on the sign up here.
It's not that far, but it's pretty. It's a lot of uphill. It's all uphill.
Uphill, yeah.
So.
We're only going. Where are we? We're Happy Isles. We're going to The bridge right here.
Oh, okay, and that's where you can get a good view.
Yeah. I mean, you can go all the way, if you have the time, you can go all the way up here. Nevada.
Next time. Awesome. He was pointing at Nevada Falls. That's a little bit further up. The trail to Vernal Falls is pretty strenuous. It's a mile up. Just take your time. It's a really crowded trail because it's very popular. Alright, let us break on our way.
Oh, that's kind.
Does
Does your dad have enough?
We have enough.
You don't want to miss out.
I want to have
Can you have one, or?
There was a lot of water flowing down there because we had a lot of rain that winter. I'd like it back there, Matthew. Oh, he wants down. Matthew, how did he get stuck carrying you? Go, Adeline. You want to walk, Matthew? No? Smart kid. This footbridge is an iconic bridge here in Yosemite. It's the only place where it crosses the Merced River, and it's a good place to get a good view of Vernal Falls, which is that waterfall that I showed is about 300 feet. You could tell how steep it is. The kids were going down on the way back to our bikes. You get a sense what you have to do to walk up, and that's Merced River there. And it was gushing pretty good because of, like I mentioned, all the rain we got. And you can see how beautiful it is up here between, that's Glacier Point up there, by the way. But it's a beautiful place, beautiful walk. It's very popular, like I mentioned, so many times. And when you look back, you can see there in the distance Yosemite Falls. So it's a really nice family walk. And you could actually hike all the way to Half Dome. This is the same trail that takes you to Half Dome, but you need to have a permit to climb Half Dome, by the way. Another pretty cool place to visit in Yosemite is Happy Isles, which is located in the east side of the park, and there you can see the Merced River that runs through it with the nice drawback of Glacier Point. It's a beautiful place to walk and hike around. You could take bus stop number 16 to get there, or if you have bikes like we did, we rode our bikes there and it only took just a few minutes to get there. The kids really enjoyed it. Alright. Okay, we are at Happy Isles and we're gonna check out, let's see what's out here. Hikes to do with the kids. Matthew, look how beautiful this is.
You need to get exercise. You want to be big and strong like Daddy?
Just a short walk where we parked our bikes is the Nature Center, and it's a family-oriented place designed with nature and art lovers of all ages. They have interactive exhibits, which the kids really like that. And they have all these different displays, historics exhibits. You can easily spend a few hours there checking all the different little exhibits. Or you could just spend a few minutes going through it. But highly recommend if you have kids to check out this place. The kids really enjoyed learning all these different facets about different animals that are here in Yosemite. They say that 10,000 people visit this a year, and yeah, there's a lot of brown bears in Yosemite, so you have to be mindful of that. And there's one other animal that you need to be have your eyes open if you have kids. These are mountain lions that roam around, but no kid has ever been attacked. Matthew, is this? Oh, that's snake. Come in and
Look how big the mouse is. I think it's a mouse and it's going to swallow it. Would you think a little snake could swallow something that big? At night are called, you know this, Adeline, what they're called? What was that? Yes. Scientists believe the success of the world's first mammals was due in part to their nocturnal behaviour, which helped them avoid predation by dinosaurs. Today, many mammals are still nocturnal, especially smaller ones, but a variety of predators have adapted capabilities for hunting them in nearly total darkness.
what was really cool is that they had this art exhibit that the kids could learn how to paint, and it was free, and it was all about nature. They do a little nature walk with them outside, and then they bring them in here and do some painting, and they were painting metals at that time. Matthew was a little young, and I don't think he painted too well, but he did his best. The kids really enjoy this. And they also have nature walks for kids around the area. We didn't have that, but I would highly recommend checking out this place. It'll be fun for the kids and all ages if you like finger painting. Now, the place is called Happy Isles because there's these little islands that you can walk to, and they have these 3 bridges. So what you do is you just walk across these bridges on these little islands where the Merced River goes around them, and it's a gradual walk, but it's a really pleasant time to walk around, and it's really relaxing. I never knew that this place existed in Yosemite, and we would definitely want to come back here again. Because of all the rain, there was a lot of water coming through, and just made the place a lot more enjoyable seeing all that water. What was also cool was that Adeline was trying to be a junior ranger, so we took the book, and she was able to learn about all the different things that she saw out here in the nature, and we really enjoyed it. Just spending time and hearing the water run. Hey Adeline, can you tell me what you liked about this nature walk?
I don't really know. I think it was when I was going on the rocks there.
Oh yeah, is that what you
And
liked?
Also where you can see right now, when there was we learned about it, I did run away, and also when I was throwing rocks into the pond. They were my favorite parts.
Throwing rocks in the water?
And I did 4 of them, so I think I liked it all.
How about do you remember when we walked and we saw the fern walk, and we walked on the boardwalk? Did you like that?
Not so much, because I remember there you left us.
I left you guys. Where did I go?
I don't know.
I just went a little bit further so I could film.
Well, I did like how when they were fishing with them, but we didn't actually get any fish because that pond is with no fish.
Oh, there's no fish
So
in that pond.
what we would actually try to get is loose. We would feel our way, and then we found some loose grass, and then we'll take it, because one of the rules there is to not rip it. So what I had to do, it was find them, and there's some in the water too.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know.
What's also nice about this place, as you could see, we had the whole place to ourselves. It's not that crowded. I think the reason why is because it takes a little bit of an effort to get out here. Taking the bus 16 could take a little bit of time to get out here, but it's a great thing to do if you're only here in Yosemite for a day. Another place to see is Mirror Lake, which is bus stop number 17, and it's about a 2 mile hike to Mirror Lake, but it's worthwhile. Adeline, what do you think about this place?
I jumped there and
You
some
what?
I jumped off that big rock
Oh,
right
yeah?
there, and that's what you can see. I keep on doing cannonballs, and there's this little a teenager that helps me, comfort me the first jump, and then I keep on jumping. And there's also a little islands, and I wish my brother could go on it, and it's right near the rock, and so I went on it, and I think I did something similar, like I did a belly flop, but in similar,
Was the water cold?
yeah, it was really cold, but I would belly flops, but before it touched it, and then turns into a candle.
Okay, here's another cool thing to do in Yosemite is riding your bike in the valley. There's approximately 11 miles of dedicated bike trails in the valley where you don't have to worry about vehicles.
Don't do that.
So forth. And, there's two places that you can stop. First is right at the beginning of the valley where you get these amazing views of Half Dome, and I would highly recommend to do it in the evening because the lighting, and as you can see the sun as it sets, it makes the rocks nice and bright, and it's just quite fascinating to see. That's right there is an awesome view, and it's a little less crowded. But here's another kept best secret about riding your bike in the valley is that's when the bears come out to feed, and we didn't necessarily see any bears. Now there's this bridge, it's called a swinging bridge, and that's because there was a swinging bridge here many years ago, but this
See
is
water, Matthew?
the turnaround
Don't jump
point
in.
of riding your bike. You can't go any further because then you run into traffic also riding along the roadway. But the swinging bridge here is
What's that?
the far end of the valley, and
You go this way.
again, it's a great place to see wildlife. There's this nice boardwalk that they have here, and it's interesting. They have an amazing view of Yosemite Falls, but it's interesting they even have a little plaque explaining the difference between a meadow and an open space and or a valley. The kids really enjoyed getting off the bikes and just walking around. You can easily spend here 10 minutes walking around. We were all just looking, trying to see if we could find a bear, and we looked everywhere. We looked everywhere, and even the ranger told us. And I'll do another follow-up video about this area, but in the video he talks about this is actually the prime time to see wildlife because it's right in the evening where they come out in the valley looking for food. There's this nice old wooden church. It's called Yosemite Church, and I believe they still have church service here during the weekend, and you think you could even rent it for weddings. But it's a beautiful place to have a church with a view like this. We really enjoyed riding our bikes at this time because we didn't have to worry about the crowds. by this time, a lot of people are already leaving the valley. So, yeah, riding your bike 11 miles in Yosemite is something that I would highly recommend to do. On our way back to the campground, we saw this amazing view sight of Half Dome just lit up as the sun was setting. And if you ever get a chance to be in the valley right at sunset, and if you're camping or not, I would highly recommend to come out here near Curry Village, and just see this view. It is absolutely fascinating. There was actually a lot of people out there looking at it. So yeah, it's a beautiful view. Another thing to do is going down rafting down the Merced River. I actually did a video on this and covered it, and you can see it in the description of this video if you want to see the link.
And face your palm towards me. Super. And then you're going to repeat what I say, okay? Ready? As a junior ranger, I'll keep folks from danger. Even snakes, bears, and bees. Save the water and the trees. So future generations can enjoy the parks like me. Enjoy the parks like me. You got it. Congratulations. You're putting those on because they have sharp bits to them. So you might ask for help putting those on. But
Okay, one other thing to see is the giant sequoia trees. Now the only way to get up there is to take a bus, a free shuttle bus that they have them going about every 15 minutes. So you park your car in the parking lot, and there's a little visiting center. And these sequoia trees, some of them are as old as 3,000 years, and they could grow as high as 300 feet, which is amazing. Now, something to know about going here is that the grove, Mariposa Grove, is located just a little bit outside of the south entrance. So if you're gonna come to Yosemite National Park and you come through the south entrance, I would highly recommend that you see the giant sequoia trees first, because it's about an hour drive from the valley. Now there's a nice, easy, gradual hike that you can do, and there's two massive trees, but on the way you see the Bachelor and the Three Sisters, and that's the first set of trees that you see, and you can see the Three Sisters there in the background. And as you continue further up the trail, then you see the massive grizzly giant, and this is a massive sequoia tree. It takes about 40 minutes to get there, and it's so massive that it actually, you walk around it and it's really hard to take a picture really close to it. And then the other one that just a little bit further is called the California tunnel tree, and this is actually a big tree that you could walk through.
Wow.
Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed these videos and all the stuff about what to see in Yosemite.
That's
If you
it.
like this video, give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Would you like a map?
Sure.
Have you guys been to Yosemite before?
No, what's there to see here?
What's
I'm
there to
joking.
see
I'm
here?
joking.
Okay.
There's always has to be a comedian. Southern California.
So you've been here before?
Yeah.
Great. Well, it's right where you left it.
I actually, but we never been here because we're kids and my daddy are grown ups, so we don't know where.
Well, does kids want maps?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Okay. One for each of you, okay?
Thank you. That way they don't fight. Thank you.
Why will we
Bye-bye.
fight?
Oh, here's the map.